And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. It looks like Kendrick Perkins' knees must be hurting again. If you know what I mean. He seems to be back in the CFL, back in back in the good graces of Clutch Sports, because he's been saying some ridiculous stuff lately. And one of the things is talking about the possibility of Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant getting together because of them forming a bond at the Olympics. And, well, you know what? Let's read this article. This article is coming from NBC Sports. And it says, it's not completely inconceivable that Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant could figure out a way to join forces once again after teaming up to secure the gold at the 2024 Paris Olympics, at least according to ESPN's Kendrick Perkins. At least according to Platinum CFL member Kendrick Perkins. The former NBA center joined Monday's First Take episode to discuss the iconic trio's performance in Paris and stated that he would not be surprised if some combination of Curry, James, and Durant found a way to join forces with their Team USA teammates again in the near future. Quote, you know what I've witnessed watching this Olympic team this summer is watching guys develop relationships, Perkins said. And what happened is when guys were over there in Paris, guys were breaking bread together, guys were having conversations. And I'm going to say this. This next NBA season is going to be interesting because if things don't go as planned with the Los Angeles Lakers, what do you mean go as plans, Kendrick Perkins? What do the Lakers have plans? I mean, what kind of plans could the Lakers have with J.J. Redick as the coach and Bronny James on the team? What kind of plans are we talking about? I would really like to know that. But let's continue. And he says, and if things don't go as planned with the Golden State Warriors, or if things don't go as planned with the Phoenix Suns, all of them are in the same conference. I'm looking at it, and I'm saying to myself, after this season, we might see some things, some moving parts, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a reunion with Steph Curry and KD or LeBron James and Steph actually making it happen. Or we see Kevin Durant go to Minnesota with Anthony Edwards because we saw it. They had a signature handshake. And so those relationships happen. At the end of the day, I want to watch this season right here and see how things work out, but I would not be surprised if we saw LeBron James and Steph Curry before the end of LeBron James' career share the floor together. Would anybody be surprised? I mean, LeBron James has seemingly tried to recruit every superstar that the NBA has had, maybe with the exception of Kobe Bryant, because I believe, my personal opinion, fanboys, don't get in your feelings, but I believe LeBron James was jealous of Kobe. But LeBron James has seemed to try to recruit every superstar at some point in his career. So this wouldn't be that surprising. Would be surprising if they actually found a way to make it happen, because, I'm not sure who the Lakers would trade for Steph Curry. I mean, obviously, Anthony Davis would have to be in that trade. So, it's like you getting one piece, getting a major piece, but you're also getting rid of a major defensive force for the Lakers. But hey, who cares about defense nowadays? Well, a major defensive and offensive force in Anthony Davis, you would have to do that. But, So I don't think that's going to be possible, but who knows? LeBron James and Clutch Sports seems to find ways to break the rules in ways that regular NBA fans could not see coming and probably never expected. But I will say this. I was checking out Ticket TV, and he was talking about this, and, he basically said, hey, if Steph Curry and LeBron James wind up on the same team, I will never watch the NBA again until those guys retire. Matter of fact, he said until LeBron, Curry, and Durant retires. That's what he said. But I got a slightly different take on this, people. I say, let it happen. At this point, the NBA clearly does not care about the fans. Not the fans who actually like basketball. This is clear. It's clear that the players don't really care about the fans, and to varying levels. Some of them care less than others, but the general sentiment is that the players are not playing for the fans. They're playing for themselves, and they think that the fans should be happy that we are so lucky to get to watch them play. So at this point, because no one seems to care what the fans want, I say let it happen. And why do I say that? I say that because this. Sometimes you just got to let people hit rock bottom. You just got to let it happen. Us fans, we can't save the NBA. We're not Commissioner Voldemort. We don't have the power to save the NBA or save legacies. And so let me tell you what I think is going to happen. This is just my personal opinion. But this is what I think is more than likely going to happen. See, these players today, they are simply playing for stats and accolades by any means necessary. Meaning, the importance of the stats and accolades they place above everything else because they feel like, hey, years from now, this is what's going to define my legacy. When people look back, they're going to say, hey, he got this many championships and he averaged this, and this is how people are going to judge. Now, Michael Jordan said, hey, if I were playing for stats, I never would have retired. I would have just kept playing and racking up stats. And Michael Jordan said as much. He said the only thing stats is good for is in the future, people will probably use that to judge you to some degree. Obviously, they will, especially fanboys who don't know anything about basketball. But here's where I think all of these modern players, all of the mainstream media are getting it very wrong. Here's what I think. Because they keep forgetting this thing called YouTube and the internet exists. They keep forgetting about this. And they keep forgetting about what they would probably deem as insignificant channels like myself. Insignificant channels like Sports and Fitness Rants, Angry Old Hoops, Uncut Hoops. These people who aren't associated with the mainstream media. But here's what I think is going to happen in the future. And this is where I think they're going to be really surprised. And so, yes, people will go back and look and they will say, wow, LeBron James is the leading scorer. LeBron James is this. If he winds up teaming up with Steph Curry and Kevin Durant and, or both and finds a way to win another championship or two, to be like, oh, LeBron James has 6 championships and blah, blah, blah. And then they'll read all of these things. But here's the thing is, you got to take into consideration that when you type in a LeBron James in YouTube in the future, an Angry Old Hoops video may come up. An Angry Old Hoops video may come up. And then they may see Angry Old Hoops breaking down how much LeBron James carries and travels, double dribbles, how they count his assists, and then that will lead them down this rabbit hole to, oh man, this guy doesn't really have a high opinion about LeBron. And then that'll lead them digging further. Who knows? They might come across one of my videos or Sports and Fitness Rants videos saying, hey, this guy did not win any of these things with integrity. He formed super teams willingly. He did not do it how the players of the past did it. You know, he formed super teams. He was flopping all over the place. He tried to recruit every superstar of his generation. And so they may come across some of these videos because they will still be out there. And so when this happens, and it will happen because the information will still be out there, I think that it is going to backfire on these players who think that by simply building their legacy off of stats by any means necessary and off of accolades by any means necessary, it's not going to work. Because the information will still be out there. Uncut hoops, to where they're breaking down the narratives where he's breaking down the narratives that mainstream media talks about. And showing video examples. When these people see these things, it's gonna change their perception. And this is why I say that the world is never gonna stand in one place. You know, it's constantly evolving. And you know, there likely will come a time where being an entitled, spoiled brat is no longer acceptable. You know, they talk about the economy is not in great shape and potentially getting worse. When hard times come, attitudes change. When hard times come, people start getting really picky about just giving people something. No matter what it is, whether it's titles, whether it's money, people start getting really picky. If money is scarce, then you know people are going to want to make sure you're earning what you get. So the world is not going to stand in one place for years and years to come. And while you fanboys, you know, you're a product of the entitled mindset, and you know, you think it's cool to just walk around and say, hey, I'm the GOAT, and everybody should call me the GOAT because I said I'm the GOAT. No one should question it. While you think it's cool to say, hey, well, a ring is a ring, a championship is a championship. Even if I find a way to recruit every superstar player in the NBA to one team and upset the competitive balance, a ring is a ring, and I have one. While you fanboys and fanboys of the modern NBA have that mindset, that is not gonna last forever. And so, yeah, I think in the future, you know, these players are, like I said, they're worried about stacking up all the stats and accolades and by any means necessary with no integrity. But I think it's going to come back to bite them because videos like this will still be available in the future. You know, Angry Old Hoops will still be available. It still will be available to watch in the future. So when people, you know, initially see that, oh, okay, yeah, they got all these stats. But then when they start coming across people who are questioning, and not only coming across it, but realize that there is a large number of people who question how these players got these stats. And again, shout out to Steph Curry for the performance he put on at the Olympics. But he again, I put him in the same category as all the rest of these players. It's just, you know, the inconsistent mindset. Like it would be nice, like what we saw Steph Curry do in the last quarter of those Olympics. That's how Michael Jordan is all the time. Like, and again, you know, Steph got robbed of the NBA, of the MVP. There shouldn't be an Olympic MVP, but since they were going to give it out, Steph should have got it. He got robbed. I don't care what you guys have to say about LeBron James and, oh, he was more consistent during these insignificant games we played earlier. Steph, if it wasn't for Steph, U.S. likely wouldn't have had to go. He got robbed. And I will say one of the greatest shots I've seen is Steph when he shot over the two players from France. I think Bron and KD were on the court and were wide open, but like Steph was seeing red. Like Steph had that attitude of, I'm taking this game. But that's how Michael Jordan is all the time. This is what you fanboys don't understand. That's Michael Jordan all of the time. In practice, this is Michael Jordan. In the regular season, this is Michael Jordan. And obviously, we all know that he got better, even better in the playoffs and finals. So, but anyway, I put Steph in that same category, but I did want to give him, like I said, a shout out again for that great performance. But, you know, Steph, to me, when I just watch over his career, it's that inconsistency. You know, it was being complicit with bringing Durant to the Warriors. And like I said, I think all of these, the way that this current generation of NBA players have went about their success and been very okay with not competing, really. Because that's what it is when you want to recruit the best to your team, when you are supposed to be the best. You know, that's being non-competitive. I think it's going to come back to haunt him. Because like I said, I do believe, like I said, in the future when someone looks up LeBron James, yeah, you can look up the stats, but people are also still going to be coming across multiple videos of content creators like myself and Too Raw and Ticket and everybody who holds LeBron James to a higher standard. Self-research basketball facts. Retro heat check, phenomenal fitness. You know, all these videos are still going to be out there for people to see. And when people start going down that rabbit hole and seeing what people were saying at the time that these things were taking place, I think it's still going to hold a lot of weight. And I think people are going to understand that stats aren't everything, and that you can rack up stats and you can even rack up some championships, but it's all about how you do it. And all championships aren't created equal. All stats aren't created equal. All assists aren't created equal. All points, all rebounds. Again, when you watch a lot of the rebounds LeBron get versus Michael Jordan, who's boxing out people like Sean Kemp with the look of determination on his face, and then you see LeBron's teammates box out for him so he can get a rebound. All rebounds aren't created equal. And I think because of, like I said, the information is out there, the opinions about what's going on is out there. And so way into the future, when these people think that somehow the stats are going to solidify their legacy, I think they're going to be sadly mistaken. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And again, like I said, we all know this is not going to happen, but what do you think about Kendrick Perkins' knees hurting again? What do you think about what Kendrick Perkins had to say, you know, about he wouldn't be surprised if LeBron and Steph or Durant and Anthony Edwards. One last thing, I would be highly disappointed if Anthony Edwards participated in this teaming up with other superstars thing. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly, truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.